Previously on Search4Hurt. Team Search4Hurt's last event was cancelled due to wet weather, but they still got out of their comfort zones as usual. But Matt has organised another event that only the mentally tough will survive.
So you're back from the Mont. Fill me in.
The weather wasn't the best, but it's all part of the experience. It's a shame that we didn't get to go for hours and hours and hours.
We still went on a night ride, and that was pretty tough for me. I think the course itself would have been pretty epic.
Yeah.
Indeed, the course would have been epic. And we later found out the event has been moved to October 25 for those who want to get a team together and experience the full Mont 24 mountain bike race.
The next event, you can't hide. Be honest with me. Tell me, were you prepared enough for a 24-hour mountain bike race? If it was on.
Well, I couldn't tell you, to be honest. I've never been in anything with 24 hours. I put the hours in distance, like in the gym on the bike, but I mean, it's a totally different world when you're going overnight and in outdoor conditions in the dark.
Well, the next event can turn from being super fun to an absolute nightmare if you don't prepare properly. Have you ever run a marathon?
No way. I don't run.
Well, you're actually going to do an ultra marathon.
Oh, wow.
How far is that?
Sounds long.
60k?
It's going to be 100 kilometres. We're going to go triple digits. It's going to be the North Face 100.
The North Face 100, Australia's premier 100-kilometre ultra-marathon event, run in the stunning World Heritage listed Blue Mountains National Park, located in Western New South Wales. This is the pinnacle of trail running in Australia. The course includes spectacular views and over 4,200 metres of elevation gain, with a cut-off time of only 28 hours to complete.
I really think that you guys dodged a bullet with the Mont being cancelled. So there'll be no dodging bullets with this one. So we've really got to get out of here and go meet the mentor for this. This guy, out of anyone, he'll know how to get you through this. All right, so let's go.
So the guys are now in the Blue Mountains where the event is held and are about to meet their mentor.
100 k's is a long way.
Meet Brendan Davies, a Blue Mountains-based special education teacher helping kids during the week. But on the weekends, Mr. D, as he's affectionately known, turns into a superhuman ultra runner, representing Australia on multiple occasions and was named 2012 Australian Ultra Runner of the Year. In 2013, Brendan won the North Face 100 in record time.
We're here on the course of the North Face 100, a tough ultra marathon. How are you feeling about it?
Now, Pat on the way up here, he said he's never pulled out of anything and he never will. What's the finish rate?
It doesn't really have a high success rate, this race.
Around 40 to 50% of people don't finish this race. A lot of it has to do with the fact that the last leg is done during the night, when the body simply wants to give up.
The North Face 100, pound for pound, is a very tough event, one of the toughest events in Australia. It's got over 4,000 metres of up and down in climbing and descending, and some of those climbs are quite steep and the descents are going to bust your quads up. It is a tough event.
After a quick rundown of the race, Brendan warms the team up with a jog down to the entrance of the 6-foot track, where Brendan's going to give some expert tips. Tip 1, how to handle minor obstacles in such a long race.
In a big long race, I wouldn't even do that. I would actually just, run around this and go up the side here. Yeah. And just I'm not breaking my rhythm that way. I'm just keep on going. Otherwise, if I'm doing all those lifts all the time, it's just gonna wear me out.
Tip 2, what to do when running up inclines in such a long race.
Is to keep your body nice and tall and keep your legs ticking over nice and quickly. It's a bit like when you're on a mountain bike when you're down gearing. High cadence, shorter stride length.
Tip 3, what to do when you come across a hill.
So we stop on a nice grade and we walk with purpose. Try and stay nice and upright and use your arms to help with the momentum.
Now, I see you're looking at Pap a lot when you're saying this.
Yeah.
Are you a little bit more worried about Pap than
No, not really. I think Leah probably is not as carrying as much body weight, which helps.
Tip 4, we'll let Brendan explain this one.
You got to crack walnuts with your ass cheeks walking up here. So really pull from your glutes and avoid kind of leaning over just using your quads like this because it's an inefficient way of climbing steps.
After the break, we see how Pap goes on a practice run.
It's really a bit of a slap in the face. I'm just wrecked.
Plus, Leah gears up to train with the girls from the Legends Football League. We're at the Blue Mountains, and Brendan is giving Pap and Leah some much-needed advice for the 100-kilometre North Face run. They only have a month to prepare. Some might call that crazy.
I think we put a little wager on.
Yes.
Who's your bet to be first across the line if either of them are going to finish?
Yeah, look, one thing I've learned in ultra running over the years is that men's ego can be their worst friend, their worst enemy, I should say. And women just have a more natural tendency to pace themselves better. And it's not saying that's all the case of all women and men, but if I had to pick someone, I reckon Leah's a bit of a stayer, and she'll probably pace herself better over the day, although I've been trying to give Pap some good advice. So we'll see how he goes. As long as he doesn't get too carried away in the moment, I think Pap will go well as well. I think, yeah, probably Leah.
You heard it here first. Brendan's money is on Leah.
So Pap, something that you might consider using in the race on sections like this are walking poles. You're a bigger guy and you've obviously got a lot of muscle on top in your pecs and your biceps. Why not utilise that by using walking poles? Because you can get quite a bit of gain from your upper body using these.
I don't think the Search for Hurt crew is going to be nice enough to follow me around. I think they're probably going to try and maybe weaken these or poison my food or something.
This part of the course they're in is called Nellie's Glen, one of the toughest parts of the course, involving 800 odd steps over approximately 1.5 kilometres.
You know, some people call them sissy poles. Yeah. I think they're great, especially for someone like you, mate.
Sissy poles.
Yeah, no, don't buy into that bull crap, because up here you're going to get a lot of return from them, and you're going to be going up here conserving a bit more energy, and I guarantee when you get to the top you'll be passing all those people that were paying you out for using them. So
another tip from Brendan involving alternate methods when you hit these infamous stairs. Pap should keep this in mind, because the last 10 kilometres of the race is all incline.
But the best thing I like about this is they didn't know that they're doing the North Face, and you can't prepare for the North Face in a month.
Yeah, no, it's a tough ask. It's a tough challenge. I'm glad I'm not racing it on 30 days training, that's for sure, because look, you know, it's not ideal, but this is the challenge they've got, and they've just got to face it the best they can. And it's, you know, they've just got to, time on feet is the most important thing at the moment. It's for them, just get out for even long bushwalks, long hikes, utilising the muscles they're going to use on the day, trying to condition their body as best as possible for the day.
And Pap is going to do exactly that. Pap heads down for an early start in his hometown at Gosford Sailing Club on the New South Wales Central Coast to meet up with the Terrigal Trotters, a local running group. He's here because Pap seriously needs to see if he can even run half the distance of the North Face 100. Pap has never even run further than 36 kilometres before. Interesting. The trail they're on is called the Bush Bash, a 47-kilometre run which will be Pap's distance record. As the name suggests, It will take him through some harsh terrain, which is perfect for getting him ready for the 100 kilometres the North Face is due to throw at him. 47 kilometres, 6 hours, and a change in weather later, Pat makes it back to Gosford Waterfront, wet, tired, and hungry.
Oh, holy dooly, mate. Fresh, it was good. We kept a really good pace, everyone was chirp, happy and talking. And then we hit the 30k mark, even though it's a 47, 48k run. They say the 30k mark is the halfway point because that's when everything started playing up. My calves just started to really squeeze tight. So obviously nutrition is key. You know, I felt strong when I was just having my salt tablets, my water, my food, and kept going. I was like, oh, there's only 4 k's left, I'll just bite the bullet, but you can't afford it. When I was really hurting, I was thinking what Matt said to us when he told us about the North Face that we're doing the event. He said there's nowhere to hide in this event. You can't just fluke it or just rock up on the day and think you're going to wing it if you haven't conditioned your body. So this is almost just under 50 k's. There's no way that for myself, that I could just wing the last 50 k's. It's going to be a lot of mental pushing. I'm going to find that dark corner I've been talking about, and I'm going to be struggling in the pits of hell. I'm going to find the hurt really bad.
I don't often go and check out the sessions that Pap or Leah do, but the one that Leah's doing today, I thought, I can't miss this one. I think it's going to be gold. Good morning, good morning.
Morning!
How you going?
Good.
Nice to see ya.
Oh, wow, what to expect, hey?
You can see in the background, hopefully, why I said that I was excited about coming down here for Leah to experience the Legends Football League.
Legends Football League, or LFL as it's more commonly known, is a 7-a-side gridiron tournament played by females the world over. And in 2013, it hit Australia with the New South Wales Surge taking out the inaugural championships. Matt and Leah meet head coach Jason Gaffey before Leah heads off for the warm-up, and Matt gets an idea on what the Surge has in store for Leah today.
We're going to be here for 3 hours today. Yep. Can you break this session down into the different components?
Okay, so we have 45 minutes of conditioning. It's all about short, sharp, being able to explode and then recover quickly. There's a UFC type component to it where they grapple and they're basically fighting against each other, just to simulate game situational tackling. Then we'll typically do a skills and drills portion where we'll break up into positional groups. Today we're going to bring that back together for you guys because it's a bit more of a experience every part of it in the one go, because we'll be able to split her out into everything. So we'll do that. That'll be the second section, and then the third section for us is scrimmage, and that's the bit that they all look forward to.
Yeah. First session of the day is with the conditioning coach.
Everyone, including Leah, I want everything you've got.
The drill is short up and backs, followed by a wrestle. Leah's partner for this is Quincy, who's been matched to Leah due to their similar size.
These legs are meant to be strong, but I've got nothing on her.
Time now for the second drill of the day, the hit and carry. Another physical drill. Leah seemed uncomfortable in the wrestling portion of the last drill, but we know Leah is a quick learner.
We got 3 rounds. Ready?
All right, so when you come in to pick her up, sit your hips and drive.
Drive 4 steps and go. Drive 4 steps and go. Put her down.
There we go, Leah. Good to see some slight aggression.
When it came to Leah being aggressive with the more contact aspects of the training session, you could say that she was a fish out of water. Leah's very calm and peaceful, and so are a lot of the girls at Surge, but they also have a switch, and as soon as the whistle blows, the switch can go on.
I'm like getting about 3 blows and then nothing in the tank. It's just fatigue, but the legs just don't have any more drive.
After some intermittent sprint drills, it's on to Alabama up and downs, a variation of the burpee which involves some speed, footwork and a sprint to link it together. The confusion of running through drills unknown to her is becoming apparent.
Come on, Mallory, fast.
Drill 3 is done, and now it's back to the wrestling. This time the intensity and atmosphere seems to have been cranked up a notch.
I got absolutely owned on that one. We'll just call it like 30-0 or something, probably more than that, but wow. And I've never really done anything quite like this before. I didn't play much football, and my take on conditioning is a bit of running, but this is like way out there.
One more running drill to complete the conditioning section of the training session.
So what's conditioning's finished? What's the plan now?
Now we're going to run a couple of specific football positional drills.
The first drill is the running back drill. The quarterback will pitch Leah the ball. After she receives the pass, she'll run down towards the pads and burst through them in a driving motion.
So Leah's smile might turn into a bit more of an aggressive frown.
Maybe.
Right,
I don't know, she smiles a lot.
Yeah,
I don't
she
know.
does, doesn't she?
We've got to wipe that smile off.
Yeah, we'll see how we go.
Down, say hut!
Getting the power in the right place at the right time can be troublesome.
Up you get, keep going! Keep going! Keep going!
Quincy shows us a perfect example.
All right, don't stop your momentum. Run right through them, pretend they're not even there. And hit the gap in between them, don't hit the player. All right, so if you hit the gap in between them, you'll squeeze through that gap.
And with a few more pointers, Leah has another attempt.
All right, so if you hit the gap in between them, you'll squeeze through that gap.
What's this on your right eye? You get a bit of a reminder.
I think the pad's behind. I mean, check it out. I can feel it.
Nice work, well done.
An explosive, aggressive session is not really what Leah's used to with her endurance sport background. She almost paces herself.
While the girls gather together for the next drill, Matt gets the lowdown from the offensive coordinator, Taryn.
So I'm the guy that calls in the plays from the sideline when we're on the attack.
Okay.
The next drill we're going into is the one behind us, is a passing drill. So we're going to teach Leah a passing route that all the other girls know. So the quarterback is going to try and throw the football in between 2 defenders. And she's got to catch the football, try and beat the 2 defenders without getting hit.
Without getting hit.
Without getting hit.
Leah hasn't really had a lot of luck with that today, has she?
As she's found out so far, it's very much a contact sport, and you've got to like the contact.
Yeah.
If you don't like the contact, the sport kind of isn't for you.
Yeah, all right. Jacinda's the quarterback, so you're throwing the ball.
I'll be throwing the ball, yep. Right. So I'll be responsible for putting it hopefully out in front of you.
Okay, yep. Now, broken fingers are pretty common from what Joe was telling me.
They are, yeah. We've got one person injured at the moment and she's just had surgery on her finger.
So you're throwing bullets?
We're throwing hard because we need to hit certain gaps, so we need it there fast.
When we catch a gridiron ball, we catch it like that. So you make like a mitt, and you just guide it in, and just guide it into your hands because it comes really fast. So if you just let it hit your hands, it's just going to hit and bounce off. So just as it comes,
Leah gets some catching advice before she tries the most technically difficult drill of the day.
There you go, that's it. You took the pace off it.
With a scar at the end, but when it's fast, oh my gosh.
See, there you go, you got it. You're getting the pace off the ball, so we catch it with soft hands.
1, 2, 3!
Apparently all I'm thinking about is catching the ball. It's pretty technical, pretty tricky. I think I might get smashed, might get hurt by this pad. A little bit nervous.
What you've got to do is get there. So out of your stance, you explode, take on the two-beam, break, and she's going to throw you the ball here, but you've got to go fast. Okay, you can't go, I'm not going to get That's not going to work. Here we go. Make sure you explode and cut and then take off. All right, explode and across. Look for the ball, look for the ball. Go again.
Leah,
Run out and
don't worry about her, just run the route.
Okay.
She'll get there.
It's just hard. Really technical stuff going on, and the girls have been great, really helpful, trying to teach me a few tricks of the trade, but yeah, they train tough. Alright, looks like a game. There's like teams. I'm a bit nervous. It's intimidating. They've suited up.
All right, Leah, so you put that on, mate. So you're going to play running back. Okay, so all you're going to do is every single time you're going to line up directly behind Jacinda, about 7 steps behind her. And I'll give the play to Jacinda. Jacinda will tell you what to do, and you guys will just go out there and do the play. All right?
Sounds dangerous.
So far you like the contact, but it's going to get a little bit worse now. Okay? All good? All right, let's go.
How you took the ball on my left-hand side, just going to take it on my right-hand side. With this arm up instead. Yep. Okay? Yeah, of course. All right, here we go. Pink under, slam right. Pink under, slam right. On one. Right! Run!
Oh! I'm loving it, but I'm not moving very far.
So a long day of getting pushed, tackled, barged and bruised comes to an end. Ouch!
That was definitely worth the trip down.
Yeah, these girls, they don't mess around. They were tough, a really hard session. I'm impressed, and I just can't believe how strong and how motivated they are. So how do you think I went?
Oh, you did pretty well, actually. I was surprised. Towards the end, you were starting to get a little bit of the concept of the game and the way that everything has to be explosive and the movements and stuff. No technique training for you, so that sort of went against you.
Well, guys, remember, check it out, get along to a game, and I dare say you'll walk away quite surprised at how hard these girls play.
But yeah, you smashed me.
Next time on Search for Hurt. Again, with only 1 month training, they entered deep into the Blue Mountains for the North Face 100-kilometre run, and we'll see if they can finish it in the 28-hour cut-off time. Did they have enough training? And do they have the mental resilience?
I don't know what to say. The last 5Ks, I just felt like a caramel donut. That's all that was on my mind.